This conference will now be recorded.
Go ahead.
All right, excellent. All right, good evening, everyone. Thanks for your patience. It's 5:41 on Monday, November 7th. Calling the subcommittee of the Building Needs Committee for the Stratford Town Council to order at 5:41. I'll entertain a motion of the minutes from our regular October 3rd meeting.
So moved, Bill O'Brien.
Thank you, Councilman O'Brien. Is there a second?
Second, Bob DiLorenzo.
Thank you, Mr. DiLorenzo. Are there any questions, corrections, or other comments concerning the minutes? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Thank you. I only need one on those. Any opposition? Hearing none, chair votes aye. Motion carries unanimously. Under item 3, our town council update will not be taking place tonight. Our town council person and building needs committee chair, Ken Poisson, is at a Stratford High School boys state soccer game. So hopefully that goes well and we get a town council report from Councilman Poisson next month. Under item 4, project financial update from CREC. I understand Chris Fields is on with us. Chris, I'll let you kind of take it from here and feel free to roll right into the project closeout update.
Good evening. I talked to our finance guy. It looks like there was only one bill that's been paid since September, so the finances are pretty much the same. They've not really changed in the last few months. We're still sitting at about a $780,000 owner's contingency.
All right, excellent. Any questions from the subcommittee related to the project's financial update? All right, Chris, give us the under item 5. Give us the kind of current project closeout update, and let us know after that where we're trending for final requisition from Turner, and then potential final closeout dates for the overall project.
All right. The only work item that Turner is tracking right now is the electric door holder near the gym. All other work items have been completed. They're still compiling MJ Daily Docs. They think that they'll have the rest of those MJ Daily Docs by the end of the month. And the remaining final piece of the project is the plaque. The plaque is going back and forth between the contractor Turner and their sub for final approval. They think that by the end of the month, this month, they will have a draft for us to review of what the plaque will actually look like. And then we'll approve that and they will send that forward. And the lead time on that is about 2 to 3 months. With that being roughly February, March at best, for that plaque to be installed, that is when Turner is saying that they will produce their final pay application.
Oh, hi, this is Dawn. Can I ask
Hi,
a
Dawn.
question?
Absolutely.
So are we saying that we're not formally accepting the project until the plaque is completed?
I didn't say that we are not formally accepting the project. I'm saying Turner is not producing their final pay application until February or March. The reason for that is because they are not going to submit the final pay application until all of their subs are closed out, and they will have one remaining sub being the carpentry company that is building the plaque.
So can we move forward with getting the Board of Ed to accept the project? Or do we, can you give me that timeline? Can we not
I don't see why we can't ask.
I hate to hold up the town's audit on the project and the reimbursement until next March to wait for a
Well,
plat. Is there
we're not going to be able to begin the audit and everything until after the project closes, which is now going to be March per Turner producing their final payout and state change order.
is there another way to do the plaque? Like, is there a way that we could not have it come under Turner and we just do it direct so it doesn't hold that up?
I can ask about that.
Yeah, if that's acceptable to the rest of the committee, I would like that option looked at.
All right, yeah, we can have Chris reach out to Turner on our behalf and see how that turns out. What was that? All right, Chris, so you'll take care of that for us and report back.
Yeah, I can call Steve tomorrow, and then I'll give you a call after and give you an update.
All right, that sounds perfect. And then I can sit with Ken Poisson. We'll get an email together out to everyone and start exploring that as an option.
Thank you.
And then Chris, so we can kind of work our way through the Board of Ed process and go through the motion from their meeting to have them accept the project as finished from a construction standpoint.
Let me reach out to Turner and find out what their substantial completion is. If they have that, and that falls within the guidelines of the contract, then I don't see why we cannot. In the meantime, regardless, we can start preparing documents for closeout. We can still start putting folders together. It's not like we're going to sit around and do nothing.
Right. No, that sounds good. I mean, obviously, the Board of Education has their students in the building. They're using all the facilities. They've established beneficial occupancy.
Yes.
Chris, can you mute, please? Thank you.
That is not me.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes, go ahead.
I have very poor service and I can't.
All right, Chris,
I'm here.
okay. All right, so okay, I'll start interacting with the Board of Education. I'm on the Board of Education's Planning Committee, so I will reach out to the co-chairs of that committee, as well as Pam Mangini, who's the Chief Operating Officer for the Board of Education. She's been through a bunch of these construction projects before. I think she did a sizable, like a $60 or $70 million size project. So she'll be kind of familiar with the steps in the process, and we'll go from there. So you kind of take care of Turner, and I'll start working with the Board of Ed.
Okay.
Thank you. Item 7 under new business. Is there any new business to be brought forward this evening? All right, hearing none. Under item 8, our next regular meeting scheduled for Monday, December 5th, 2022 at 5:30 p.m. Special meeting, if needed, would be 2 weeks from tonight on Monday, November 21st. Read through, there's going to be a special joint administration virtual meeting of the Public Works Committee, the Stratford High School Renovation Subcommittee, and then many people that are on the subcommittee are already on the Building Needs Committee. That virtual meeting will take place on November 17th, 2022 at 12 p.m. It'll be a lunchtime virtual session for all of us.
Alan, excuse me, this is a, so actually in the time that since I posted the agenda for that special, the Plan Stratford meeting, there's been a schedule conflict for Susmitha Toda, the town planner. So that meeting, it's still going to be November 17th, but it's going to be moved back to a later time. So probably 6 o'clock.
Okay, so
That's,
that'll become an evening meeting then.
that's correct. It'll still be virtual, and I'll send out the revised schedule when I know what time it is.
All right, thank you. Thank you for that update, Eileen, and then keep us updated as to any further changes. And we'll keep that in mind, but that's currently 6 p.m. on November 17th. Under item 9, motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn, Bill O'Brien.
Thank you, Mr. O'Brien. Is there a second?
Second, Bob DiLorenzo.
Thank you, Mr. DiLorenzo. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Chair votes aye. Motion carries unanimously. Subcommittee is off the clock at 5:52. Everyone, please stay on, and as soon as I get the green light from Eileen, we will be moving immediately into the Building Needs Committee items.
An unfortunate update from Ken Poisson. I asked him how the game went. He replied with a thumbs down. So I guess they lost their state tournament game.
Everybody's working except Frank.
Okay, Ellen, you're good to go.
All right. Thank you, Eileen. Right, calling the Building Needs Committee of the Stratford Town Council to order at 5:53 p.m. We'll be running this meeting as our regular chairperson, Councilman Poisson, is tied up with a soccer game. So under item 2, approval of minutes, I will entertain a motion to approve the regular October 3rd, 2022 and special October 11th, 2022 meeting minutes.
So moved by Bill O'Brien.
Thank you, Councilman O'Brien. Is there a second?
I'll second Caitlin Sheik.
Thank you, Councilwoman Sheik. Are there any corrections, comments concerning the minutes? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, chair votes aye, motion carries unanimously. Item 3 is our ongoing items. Item A is set aside for the Board of Education building. Item 1 is the Stratford High School Renovation Subcommittee, which just met prior to this meeting. All of us were kind of on for that meeting. So I'll just report, as there's been no billing since September, there's no change in the project financial status. We're still showing approximately $780,000 left in owner contingency. Moving forward with project closeout, to expedite that closeout process, CREC on behalf of the town is going to reach out to Turner concerning possibly getting the plaque taken care of directly by the town, as opposed to going through Turner. And then we're also going to interact with the Board of Ed concerning getting the Board of Education's acceptance of the facility as complete. Are there any questions concerning the Stratford High School project?
Mr. Chairman, Bill O'Brien, I did have a question I meant to ask earlier. Have the HVAC issues been resolved?
I believe, my understanding, that the critical kind of projects with the CO2 concerns have kind of been resolved and put into an acceptable range. I understand that there are still some temperature issues that are going on, and I'm also hearing different things related to the compressors. I guess as the new ones are available, they are being installed and put in. But last I heard, there were some kind of continuing issues going on with compressors and temperature control.
Thanks, Alan.
Not a problem. Any other questions concerning the high school? All right, I'll move on to item 2 under Board of Education is the open work orders for the rest of the school buildings. Looks like that open work order is now being issued in a new format that's similar to the town work orders. Does anybody have any questions, comments, concerns concerning the other Board of Education open work orders? All right, my only comment concerning those open work orders is I would kind of like to see them organized the way they were before. I feel like they're a little wide ranging. We don't know which departments are taking care of which work order items. It also doesn't look like there was any sorting done by building, so it's a little cumbersome going through a 23-page document. So, Eileen, just make note of that. Yep.
It's Caitlin Shake, the Councilwoman of District 2. I just want to piggyback off of your comments. Can we make a request that whatever the list is that's generated and then sent to us is in that organized fashion?
All right, excellent. Thank you, Councilwoman Shake. I didn't spend a lot of time going through it, but it looks like if it can kind of be sorted by columns, it might sort of put things back together the way we're used to seeing them. So I'll talk about that with Ken between now and our next meeting and see what, if anything, is possible in regards to modifying that report.
That would be great because it's beyond overwhelming trying to go through 23 pages of work orders, and some of those projects we talked about it in Public Works have possibly already been completed or addressed. So we have a better idea of how much work actually needs to be done.
Exactly. Thank you. All right, anything else concerning the Board of Education buildings or the reports? All right, moving on to item B under general buildings, there was that 2-page town open work order general building repairs issued in advance of this meeting. Are there any questions, comments, concerns related to the general buildings open work orders?
Mr. Chairman, it's Caitlin Shake.
Go ahead.
Regarding the Booth Park buildings, those cases were opened up in 2019. Is there any update of progress, plans in place, anything to address the needs? If Dan wants to speak.
Oh, Dan is on. All right. Dan, do you know if
I'm sorry, my computer keeps freezing. Yeah, Booth Park, there was a bunch of things we left in there just as placeholders till we had the funding available. There were things that were in the future that we were planning on doing. So we just left them in there just to remind us what we need to do. We have been doing, regular work orders and repairs as needed up there. We just did the roof on the Railroad Museum. And we've done heating repairs at the homestead. Those other ones that are in there, they've been in there for a while. They were kind of like just placeholders that we didn't want to take out of there, and They were just for future reference.
Okay, great. And I know on behalf of the Booth Park Commission, the Railroad Committee, they're very thankful that the roof has finally been addressed. So thank you.
All right, that kind of took us into under item B, general buildings, Booth Park buildings. We kind of just covered the Booth Park business, unless anyone has anything else to bring up related to Booth Park. All right, hearing none, that brings us to item 4 and our new business items. So under town bid 2023-19 for the boiler replacement, I'd be looking to entertain a motion to approve.
And send to the town council, Ellen.
Yes, motion to approve and send to town council with favorable recommendation for the low bidder Savemore Cooling and Heating Incorporated of Southington, Connecticut, with a base bid plus alternate 1 bid in the amount of $313,900.
So moved.
Thank you.
Bill O'Brien, second.
Second?
Bill O'Brien, second.
Are there any questions, comments concerning this item? All right, before calling for a vote, I just wanted to let you know that in my day job, I had a not so good experience with Save More Cooling, but it appears more likely that this is kind of a one-off situation and is not indicative of how Save More Cooling operates. Through Brian Snyder and Dan Weekling, they brought up several examples of work with Save More that went smoothly with the town, and so it does look like for this instance we have the right contractor. Dan, do you want to add anything related to Save More?
Yes, we've never honestly had a bad experience with them. They've been very, they're good follow through. They did everything they were supposed to do. I'm sorry you had a bad experience with them, but I do feel comfortable using them, and we will watch them closely to make sure they do everything they're supposed to do.
All right, thank you for that, Dan. All right, does anybody else have questions, comments, concerns related to this item? All right, hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any in opposition? Besides myself. So I am voting in opposition on this one, but it is going to move forward to the town council with favorable recommendation. Our next item under new business is the 2023 meeting schedule, which was sent out to everyone in advance along with the agenda for this evening. So I'll be looking for a motion to approve the 2023 meeting calendar schedule.
So moved.
Motion to approve the 2023 meeting schedule.
Thank you, Councilwoman Sheik on the motion and Councilman O'Brien on the second. Any questions, comments, discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, chair votes aye. Motion carries unanimously. Under item 5, our next regular meeting will be Monday, December 5th, 2022. In all likelihood, with regular Chairman Poisson in session with us. Our special meeting, if needed, would be November 22nd, 2022. And as is just reported at the Stratford High meeting, there will be a special joint administrative virtual meeting of the Public Works Committee, the Stratford High School Renovation Subcommittee, and the Building Needs Committee on November 17th, 2022. That meeting now scheduled for 6 p.m. with Elaine to provide any further updates as we get closer to that meeting date. Under item 6, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn, Bill O'Brien.
I'll second.
Thank you, Councilman O'Brien. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Thank you, Councilwoman Sheik. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Chair votes aye. We are off the clock at 6:05 p.m. and everybody don't forget to vote tomorrow. Thank you.